Good evening. Canada and its crown reunited in Ottawa today for the first time since his coronation in 2023. King Charles III and Queen Camilla arriving in Canada for an official royal visit. The two-day trip includes an historic throne speech from King Charles himself, opening up a new session of Parliament. Jason Gaidola joins us live in studio tonight with all the details and sights and sounds of the royal visit. Jason.
Yeah, good evening, Matt. The King and Queen touched down in the nation's capital and were greeted by a number of dignitaries, including Governor General Mary Simon and Prime Minister Mark Carney. From there, the royal family greeted onlookers, held a traditional tree planting ceremony, and met with the Privy Council. Exiting out of a Canadian Armed Forces plane, King Charles III and Queen Camilla touched down on the tarmac in Ottawa, royally greeted by Canadians. At the front of the reception included Governor General Mary Simon, Prime Minister Mark Carney, his wife Diana, and indigenous leaders. Then the royal couple shook hands with some onlookers. The royal visit is the first tour in Canada since King Charles's coronation 2 years ago. King Charles and Queen Camilla were then escorted to Rideau Hall for a tree planting ceremony, a traditional ritual when there is a royal visit. Prime Minister Mark Carney released a statement today welcoming our majesties. The royal visit is a reminder of the bond between Canada and the Crown. And tomorrow, His Majesty King Charles III will deliver the speech from the throne in the Senate chamber, nearly 70 years after Canada's sovereign first opened Parliament.
Our Prime Minister Mark Carney did a wonderful job sizing him up and having a good talk to him. And I think there were some truths told by Mark Carney about our Prime Minister to the President of the United States.
Tomorrow's throne speech will mark just the third time Canada's head of state presided over Parliament. Queen Elizabeth II did it twice, back in 1957 and 1977.
I think the Canadian people are very willing to support anyone that loves Canada like he does. And I think it's great that they're going to be here. I think it'll be very interesting to see what he says. I'm sure it'll be very well thought out and to the point.
Carney says King Charles' speech will outline the government's ambitious plan to secure a strong security and economic relationship with U.S. President Donald Trump.
They use a good use of soft power, and Donald Trump seems to have some admiration for them. So I think that by this visit, it may back off a little bit on that Canada 51st state.
Back in Hamilton, local Brits share their excitement about the two-day royal visit and add that it's good for business.
Canadians generally love British products like we do here, with shortbread, clotted cream, all that sort of stuff. So we hope that that connection of trade continues.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, King Charles' speech inside Parliament is scheduled to begin shortly after 11 o'clock in the morning. Once that concludes, their majesties will pay their respects to those who served Canada at the National War Memorial by laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. They plan to depart Canada shortly after that.